Hey everybody, welcome to the Book Bar. It's Tuesday night. That means live Star Wars trivia. I'm Justin. With me as always is my brother Tyler. Tyler, what's happening tonight?
What's going on tonight is we have Star Wars trivia as we do every Tuesday night. But now, Justin, it is your turn and the hot seat. And man, do you have a round that it's going to be hard to outdo? I mean, given my near perfection last week. So how you feeling about that? You think you're going to be able to outdo my performance?
No, but no. But I am hoping for more than 40 points, and I would be very happy if I hit that mark. Now, I do love The Empire Strikes Back. I do love The Empire Strikes Back. It's one of the greats, the greatest sequel, maybe the greatest sequel of all time. I don't know. Who am I to say? I'm just some guy who agrees that it's the greatest sequel of all time. But that's what's on tap tonight. The Empire Strikes Back. I'm in the hot seat. Tyler has prepped what I hope to be an insanely easy group of questions, I think, right? Is what you just said. So
the Youngling level questions will be fairly difficult. And then they're going to get harder from there. So no easy questions whatsoever. But hey, you know what, buddy? You are a trivia champion, according to the crawl. So you should do just fine.
Yeah, I should pay whoever does those crawls a lot of money. They do a great job of very, very accurately describing the situation that we're in.
I'd be careful. We wouldn't want Frederick to fact check that. So,
what's going on, everybody in the chat who's jumping on, whether you're watching live or on the replay? Welcome, of course. Now, what's on tap, as always, for us, Tyler, has a double meaning because we like to share what we're drinking. We are the BookBarBros. We enjoy reading. We enjoy drinking. What are you drinking tonight?
Well, Justin, I'm still on that Blue Moon business. So I got myself a Honey Days. It's made with real days. So you know it's good.
Huh, interesting. So I am drinking, I've got a Sam Adams Oktoberfest here in the Drink Michigan beer glass, which it doesn't quite make sense. And then I've got a Bell's, which is a Michigan brewery, Two Hearted Ale on deck. It's on tap. And then I also have Founders All Day. This is the kind of comedy you're going to get all night, everybody. Whoa. Yeah, that one, you got to hold your side for that one. I feel like you're overplaying this.
Oh, good night, everybody. Let's call it right there.
And a Founders All Day IPA. No, it's not going to get any better. Now, before we move on to our next segment, we're going to do the Darth Vader Funko Pop giveaway wheel here in a second. I just wanted to check on everybody's homework. Everyone had a job last week, right? And that was to tell one random stranger about the BookBarBros. Tyler, how did you do with your homework?
I did great. I didn't just tell one person. I actually went to my local mall. I put one of those signs over myself, and I made sure that I was naked behind it to try to attract attention.
And that worked?
And then I had a bell. And it just said, it had the BookBarBros logo on the front and back.
Great.
And then I was just like, hear ye, make sure to watch the BookBarBros live every Tuesday at 9.
People speak like that.
Yeah, not for long before I was arrested for indecent exposure. But the key word there, Justin, is exposure. The BookBarBros got lots of exposure. And just how they say, no publicity is bad publicity, no exposure is bad exposure or indecent in my book. You know what I mean? Because we got the word out there. What about you, man?
That's good stuff. I mean, like we should be writing books about this kind of stuff.
I think so.
So well done. So I mean, just if you're taking notes at home, like being naked will draw eyes to you. So if you are wearing a BookBarBros t-shirt and then you go naked or something like that, and just have the logo on your shirt, people are gonna look at you. People are gonna look at you. So
yeah. So I'd say that'd be the next thing. Tell you this week you had to tell a random stranger. Next week, wear a BookBarBros t-shirt, but then go pantsless when you walk around, because that'll really people will look over. Obviously, because you're not wearing any pants, but then they're going to look up, they're going to notice the shirt. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's how you're going to get the word out.
Now it's funny that you say that. I actually went door to door in my neighborhood, which is a very small neighborhood. And I also went Daffy Duck pantsless with only a BookBarBros t-shirt on. And long story short, I am no longer allowed at our ice cream social. Okay. So now that doesn't mean people aren't watching, but Right.
And I bet you the BookBarBros are the talk of the town now.
That's right. So, everyone's talking BookBarBros. 3B, baby.
3B.
3B, baby. All right. So now we're going to move right along to our Darth Vader Funko Pop giveaway. I've got it right here. Here it is. The Darth Vader Funko Shop exclusive Funko Pop. We're going to give this thing away right now. We had some pretty decent participation on Instagram and on YouTube for this thing. And of course, the real reason everybody signed up was to get that BookBarBros t-shirt. We know the Funko Pop is a throw-in. We know that, right? So exactly, Popsith gets it. Popsith gets it. Thank you, Popsith. He gets it.
Buddy.
Right. And that's going to get people talking, right? And
chirping.
Yes, and that's what it's all about. So here's what we're going to do for the giveaway here. We're going to share the screen. We've got them up on the wheel of names. Dun, 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 dun. And there we go. Now we're going to do this as an elimination. So rather than just spinning it once and giving it away, we're going to do this as an elimination. So everybody who met all of the criteria is on the wheel. As far as I could tell, there was a couple people that commented randomly on Instagram that I didn't see on YouTube. I didn't see any comments on YouTube. They didn't tell me who their name was, because some people have very different usernames on YouTube and Instagram. So there was one or two that I couldn't verify. That's not my fault. I'm sorry if you commented on Instagram and then didn't do it on YouTube. So everyone I could verify is on the wheel. We're going to just start spinning this thing, taking people away. Last name standing wins the Darth Vader Funko Pop. And more importantly, that BookBarBros t-shirt. And unfortunately, is that going to be... Unfortunately, Susie, despite the fireworks, you are not the winner.
You're actually a loser. Sorry about that.
Sorry, that's Susie, you're the first person out. That's... whenever you do last person standing, that is not what you want to be, is that first name. That's the worst.
Yeah, that hurts.
Arc Excel, thanks for playing.
We appreciate it.
You go.
Man, this is intense doing it this way. I mean, I feel like my palms are sweaty. My knees are weak. Arms are heavy.
Jedi John survives. Chep 3 Pops, I think he was in the chat. I'm so sorry, Chep. I think he was here. Oh, Chep is out. Now, I don't know if we did enough to keep Chep here. Chep, I don't know if we did enough to keep you here, buddy.
Chep's gone.
He's long gone. Alex Laura, I'm sorry.
Alex,
we're getting down. Jedi John just missed there. Jedi John, long supporter of the channel, good friend of the channel.
That's a Vader no there, too.
Marco Gomez, thanks so much for playing, but you
out.
You
gone.
Out.
You gone.
Still rolling. What do we got? This is going to sit on Jim Ritchie. I'm sorry, Jim. Thanks for playing. Thanks for subscribing. We hope you enjoy the content.
He's who I had on my side bet. I thought Jim Ritchie was going to take it.
Did you? Interesting choice
Jim Ritchie
there.
Was going to take it.
We've got a little Drew M. Pape.
Dustin G has gotten lucky. I thought it was going to land on Dustin G twice so far. Missed him both times.
Dustin G is surviving. Let's see how that plays out. Oh, Sire Speed, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for playing. You are eliminated as well.
Yep, you are.
I wonder if there's a way to change the graphic on this so that instead of it being like a big celebration, Blue Sanchez, sorry. Thank you for playing.
It does kind of come off as we're like, congratulations, idiot, you lost.
You suck, you lost.
Tell me.
Oh, Karina P, I'm so sorry. I'm
not
so
Karina
sorry.
P. Karina P and I went to high school together.
No way. Okay.
It was her and Sloan Kettering and myself.
Sloan Kettering. Oh, Popsip! Oh
no! Not the
Popsip! I'm so sorry, Popsip. The guy who just said he walks around his neighborhood pantsless to help support the BookBarBros.
I know.
You deserve it, buddy.
Yeah, it just shows that we don't rig this thing.
Mozo Santiago, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for playing. We'll keep going. I know. You know, it's the same thing with mystery boxes. I always go live and shuffle them around and number them just so that people can see what I'm doing whenever I do mystery boxes.
Right.
Antonio Marvel, thank you so much.
All right. And the list is getting smaller. It's coming down to the wire here.
We're dwindling. We're almost halfway there.
Ricky Contreras.
Ricky Contreras. I'm so sorry. And but Brett right there. I know Brett. I've known him for a while. He's done some Funko Pop trading stuff with me. Oh, I just said it, and then it comes up on him.
Geez,
I was gonna say he survived. I was gonna say he survived. Oh no,
Brett, that's on Justin. You got to be.
Oh,
I mean,
Brett, I'm sorry.
If you want to send him some hate mail, that's totally warranted.
So we're halfway through. We're 15 out of 30 down, and so Jedi John is still alive. Darth Bach bought a mystery box from me and got a top hit once. She got, I believe, the Captain Rex out of my last big mystery box.
Got a fantastic Funko Pop collection too. She does the dioramas and stuff, right?
Yes, she does. Check out Darth Bach on Instagram. Check out everybody on Instagram if you know Jedi John's on Instagram and Templar and Pops. Darth Bach, she does these. Star Wars dioramas are really, really cool. I love her every time she posts.
All right, who's up next on the chopping block?
Did I give her the kiss of death? Oh no, but I Jedi John the kiss of death.
Jedi John too. Oh man, they are dropping like flies here.
We are down to 14 people left here. 14 people left.
All right.
This looks like it's going to be Victor. Victor, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and the whole point is like it should make like a crying sound.
Right.
You know what I mean? Rather than a, hey, congrats.
Well, I mean, it's like, congrats for playing. You made it to the final round.
Did we give her the kiss of death? Oh, no, it got past her. Dave, so sorry, Dave. Thank you.
All right. Here we go.
But even if you don't win the Darth Vader Funko Pop, just know that there's lots of other fun, great, funny, entertaining Star Wars content here for you. Sort of.
Right.
Allegedly.
Sure.
Allegedly. Perla, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. Who's up next here?
What do we got? Is this going to be Rich or is it going to keep spinning? Rich Junior 14.
Oh, man.
We're dwindling. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here.
Oh, yeah. People are getting nervous.
Oh, boy. Christopher G. I'm so sorry.
Thanks
Christopher
for playing,
G
buddy.
is gone. 9 names left.
Okay.
Who's up? Oh, looks like you got V Padawan.
V Padawan too.
I'm so sorry.
That's too bad. Maybe if they were a knight or a master, they would have had a better chance, but they were a Padawan. Yeah,
that's a fair point. That's a very fair point. Xander, baby. I'm sorry you ain't winning tonight. That's all I got. Is that that's no good?
Top hat and a cane and just tap dance your way out of here.
We lost a few people during that too. Oh no, Darth Bach!
No, not Darth Bach!
Oh. I think Darth Bach is the last person on the board that I actually know.
Oh yeah, I know all these peeps. We used to roll together.
We used to roll together back in the day. Zion Lynn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lynn. Man,
we are down to 5 names left on the wheel.
Right.
The double blue, I can't quite see where the line is.
Looks like
I think
Oscar
that's going to be Oscar. Yep.
Looks like it. Yep.
Oscar's so close.
See you, Oscar. Thanks for playing.
We're down to Martin, Wooly, Dustin, and Monster Zack. One of these 4 is going to take home a BookBarBros t-shirt and also a Darth Vader Funko Pop, although they probably don't care about that.
Dustin, right. Dustin G has survived close calls numerous times here. If he holds on to win it, that'll be pretty spectacular.
You brought him out several times. Are you going to jinx him here? Are you going to jinx him here? Are you going to jinx him here? No, gosh. Dustin has survived to get Monster Zack. So close.
See you, buddy. And now we're down to 2.
Here we go, folks. Dustin and Martin Vidal are the final 2. Here's the spin. Remember, whoever this lands on is the first loser.
They're not exactly.
It's going to be right on the line. It's going to be right on the line.
Oh my God.
It's Martin.
Oh,
Justin wins right on the line.
Right on the line.
Oh my
wow.
goodness. Dustin
Survive.
G, I don't know if you're in the chat right now watching live, but congratulations. That was a lot of. We should do more stuff like this, more fun stuff.
That was great.
Like
I can't believe that Dustin G is survived by the skin of his teeth multiple times, and right there comes right down to the wire and wins a BookBarBros T-shirt, and then some,
and then
Darth Vader
some Funko Pop too. But yeah,
but you get that T-shirt, buddy. Don't forget to make sure you wear it pantsless and walk around town. Help support the channel. Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely. Hey, let's get some music and see if we can get this going again, Tyler.
Let's
see what we got.
And then can we get this going? Our next segment. Oh, we got Dustin. There's Dustin G.
Is he in the chat?
You're
Dustin,
welcome,
you
buddy.
are in the chat. What's up? You are the winner.
That was a heated race.
This BookBarBros T-shirt. We know that's why you signed up.
But remember, you have to wear it pantsless. That's the rule.
Yeah, you also win the Darth Vader Funko Shop exclusive Funko Pop. But yes, you do have to wear the T-shirt pantsless. Those are the rules. We didn't write them.
We did not. That is the
law.
All right.
All right. So that's it. That's our giveaway. Thank you, everyone, so much for taking part in it. And we're going to move right along with the show. Our next segment, as always, is Frederick's Fact Check. For those of you that don't know, we have a fact checker. He's the best in the business. His name is Frederick. He goes over our previous week's streams for any misleading statements that Tyler and I may have made, any inaccurate comments. He puts together a report, sends it to Tyler. Tyler summarizes it, and then he shares what went wrong last week with all of us. Tyler, what did Frederick have to say about last week?
Yeah, let's see here. So first up, Frederick says that it's pronounced George Lucas, not Jorge Lucas. So apparently we have been pronouncing that wrong all of these years. The creator of Star Wars, it's George Lucas.
Interesting.
Who knew? Apparently not us.
Wow.
Next up, Frederick says George Washington did not chop down a cherry tree because he was inspired from watching A New Hope. Which apparently we said last week. So Frederick apparently has multiple reasons why this isn't true. First, he says Star Wars wasn't created until about 180 years after George Washington's death. So that makes it a little tougher to overlap. Second, and this is interesting here, says the story of Washington chopping down a cherry tree was about him damaging his father's cherry tree as a boy after receiving a hatchet as a gift and then confessing to what he did. So it's really a story about Washington's honesty. So having been inspired by Star Wars to damage a tree just doesn't make any sense, Frederick says. And then third, the cherry tree story is a myth. It was actually made up by a writer to cash in on Washington's death. So that was a three-pronged attack on one of the things we said last week. Well done, Frederick.
Wow.
I feel like not only were we proven wrong, but we got a little history lesson as well. So,
Sometimes you learn stuff too,
Sometimes you do learn stuff, and that's just a more you know.
And then finally, you beat me to it.
Finally, Frederick says, Dog the Bounty Hunter is not the diseased offspring that resulted from a three-way between Ric Flair, Ray Liotta, and Mickey Rourke. He's just an unfortunate-looking dude. And, and that's and Justin, that's really too bad
just
because
an unfortunate-looking dude.
I really think it would be a beautiful thing if it were true.
Look at that.
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, it really seems like it could be true.
I mean, look at those three dudes and just think if they all got together, would Dog the Bounty Hunter seriously not be the result? Yes,
so
of course he would.
Like Frederick is saying that's not true, but I mean, when you really look at it, I mean, those three and some magical little orgy, it really seems like the offspring would indeed be Dog the Bounty Hunter. So I don't know. Frederick's a 6-time national fact-checking champion, so we're going to take his word for it. But I got to tell you, if it's not true, it's really too bad. But anyway, there it is, Justin. So put that in the squared circle and figure 4 leg lock it. That's another Frederick fact check.
Tyler, stay up all night thinking of that one?
I got to bed around 2:30. So there it is, Justin.
Well, thank you so much, Frederick. Great stuff, as always. And moving right along, just a friendly reminder before we get into trivia tonight that we are, as always, sponsored by our good friends over at Bantha Jerky. Bantha Jerky, where it tastes like shit, but it's food.
Wonderful sponsor. Don't forget 10 grams of protein, 70 calories, 96% fat-free, and made with premium Bantha. Thank you, as always, Bantha Jerky, for sponsoring us. And don't forget to check out Bantha Jerky at your local Whole Foods.
Absolutely correct. And you can get your own Bantha Jerky t-shirt made with premium real Bantha, so you know it's good. There's a link down in the description to our Teespring store. Again, this is real. You really can get one of those shirts. This is not pretend. You can buy this shirt right here, supporting our sponsor, Bantha Jerky.
And we did consult the law on this. You can wear pants with this shirt, but anything with the BookBarBros logo on it, it is stated in the law you must go pantsless. So
absolutely,
again, we don't make the rules. That's just what they are. So there it is.
Save the Bantha, Templar. You get out of here with that. This is America, okay? Yeah. You know,
we eat Bantha here.
We eat Bantha here in America. Come on,
America. Oh, I thought this was America.
Yeah, I thought this was America.
All right, Jess.
All right, well, that's it. It's time for trivia. Star Wars trivia. The Empire Strikes Back. I'm up tonight. Tyler's asking the questions. But before we get in, right, to BookBar trivia, we got to tell everybody how it works. And Tyler, that's your job. Take it away!
Well, Justin, BookBar trivia consists of 4 rounds. The first round is the Youngling level. This level consists of 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. These questions are where a Star Wars fan that watched the movie recently should have a very good shot at getting these questions correct. The second round is the Padawan level. There are 5 questions in this round worth 3 points apiece, and these questions are much more difficult and require great attention to detail, as any information that can be gleaned from the movie itself can be used as a question. This means even something said only once or in a passing breath is fair game. The third round is the Jedi Knight level. There are 5 questions worth 6 points apiece in this round, and these questions are not for the faint of heart, as anything considered canon for the movie is fair game. This means supplemental reading is absolutely required for success in this round. And then that brings us to the fourth and final round, the Jedi Master level. 11 points are up for grabs in this round, which will consist of multi-part questions to see how deep your Star Wars knowledge goes. Only the most diehard of fans will have a chance in this round, and if Justin gets every question correct at every level, he will score a perfect 66, and then I will have to perform a humiliation of his choosing. And that is BookBar trivia. But as always, do not forget that we encourage the chat to participate. They can give right answers or wrong answers, misleading answers, funny answers, absurd answers, and Justin can always go to the chat for help. He just has to sift through all of the nonsense to do so. And with that, Justin, it's time. BookBar trivia, here we go.
BookBar trivia. I'm in the hot seat. Tyler, I'm ready. Fire away whenever you are.
First question in the Youngling level. These are 2 points apiece, and these are the little softballs to get them going. Here we go, Justin. This cockblock, or beaver dam, if you will, interrupted a steamy moment between Han and Leia by telling them that he isolated the reverse power flux coupling.
A much easier version of the reverse power flux coupling question that I gave you the last time around.
Beaver dam was a dead giveaway.
Yeah. I really knew it as soon as you said that. So
as soon as I said beaver dam.
Definitely.
I know. You know, that's what he's known for. You know, he's known that the minute you're trying to get, you're trying to get it all up in that business, that he's going to step in there and he's going to start talking all kinds of mumbo jumbo. That's just what he does.
Stupid gold robot.
Yeah, but and this is the Youngling level, so I had to make it easy. So I threw in the beaver dam reference because I knew right away you'd know this character. So Justin, what do you think? Who is it? Who is the old beaver dam?
I believe who is C-3PO would be the correct answer.
C-3PO is absolutely correct. Created by Jorge Lucas. Is C-3PO correct? Justin, you are 1 for 1 in the Youngling level. Next question. This Executor class star dreadnought was the personal flagship of the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Vader.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. What a good-looking question. Huh?
What a good-looking question.
What a good-looking question. What are you thinking, Justin? You got a feel for this one? Or are you going to be stumped right out of the gates? I would not be surprised. Last week you had the inkling that maybe I would go perfect, and I nearly did. I was right there. Right?
You're right there.
I've got an inkling that, this week, you're going to have the most disastrous, horrendous round we have ever seen. You are going to look like you have never seen Star Wars in your life. And it's going to be just as glorious. But in the same way that, like, a
people like watching car crashes
and giving an Oscar acceptance speech is glorious, right? It's a beautiful car wreck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what today's going to be.
Yeah. So I believe I know the answer to this, and I think you're doing a little bit of a stupid answers Jeopardy type question here. by saying this executor class Star Dreadnought. Because I believe what you are looking for is what is the executor.
The executor is absolutely the correct answer. This is the Youngling level, so I just went ahead and gave you the answer right in the answer, because you're really supposed to answer in the form of a question. It's a confusing game. Bear with us. Moving on to question number 3.
General Kenobi. Wait, sorry. Somebody put hello there in the comments. I have to say it. Those are the rules. Those are the rules of Star Wars. I didn't make them. We just follow them. Okay.
Okay, well done. Next question, Justin. Yoda has trained Jedi for this many years, so he'll keep his own counsel on who is to be trained. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Yoda really comes off like a mean girl in that moment, doesn't he? Like just like a real Karen, like he just knows everything.
Well, I mean, he was a pretty old dude by that point. And you got to be honest, Luke is kind of being a whiny little bee, and he's not showing any patience. And then, you train me, I can be great. He's like, I've been training people for a long time, kiddo. So why don't you back off? Because I think I know my stuff. I don't know. I think that's coming from a place of wisdom, Justin.
Perhaps, but he's also been kind of just slumming it in a mud hole for the last 20 years. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He could be slinging some D there. I mean, we really don't know. Yoda's species, they're kind of hermit-like, so you don't see them a lot. They're just good at hiding, going in their little huts, that kind of stuff. But, you have no idea what they're doing behind closed doors. So, Yoda could be still a boss back there. It's not like he's necessarily been alone. We don't know. We don't know what he's been doing.
Now, Ray, welcome back, Ray, to the chat.
Ray.
So, of course, because I make the hello there comment with the General Kenobi, Ray types hello there multiple times in a row in the comments. General Kenobi! Now, this is going to be a 5-hour stream of just us saying General Kenobi until Ray falls asleep.
But it's what we have to do. It's the rules of Star Wars.
The rules of Star Wars. Those are the rules of Star Wars.
All right, so Justin, do you have an answer? How many years was it?
What is 800 years, Tyler?
800 years is absolutely the correct answer. Justin, you are 3 for 3. Moving on to question number 4 on the Youngling level. C-3PO mentions that the asteroid that Han lands the Millennium Falcon in is not entirely stable. That's because he actually landed inside of one of these.
Interesting. Okay. Now, it's funny because when we first started doing
this would have been a much harder question.
This would have been a much harder question, much later in the round, as I think would have the executor class, Vader started.
Oh, sure.
I think those both would have been mid to even potentially late. I think this question would have been a late level question, not that long ago.
I think that's a testament to how much we have evolved over these months as we continue our journey towards trivia dominance. And it's funny that you say that, because I had that thought as well. That, however, because this is the Youngling level, I would let you use the slang term for this creature.
Mm-hmm.
But I know,
which of course is a space slug.
A space slug.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I would want to know the actual name for it if we were in a later round. But even that, I know that you know. So yeah, I think we're just at a stage where we just know that we know all these things. And so the next levels are kind of reserved for trying to fool each other a little more. But I still, even in this round, I tried to throw a few things that are kind of plays on previous questions. Because you know what I realized? I watched a Schmodown a couple weeks ago. And, I had a few weeks in a row where I was performing pretty well, not as good as the top dogs, like your Dimalantas or, the Major or anything like that. But I could still do pretty good against a lot of the other guys and girls in that competition. But then there was one that just happened recently where I did terrible. And it was stuff that I know I've known, but I just forgot. And I'm like, gosh darn it. We need to make sure we're brushing up on past skills. And I'm kind of reassessing how I'm organizing my trivia info so that we're not losing it, right? Because we're putting all this work to make sure we can do these deep dives. We've got to make sure we're holding on to all those little bits. And clearly, we're still holding on to a lot, but it's hard to retain everything you get when you do this, the big deep dive.
Oh, absolutely. And so, yeah, I think the last round I saw where Andrew Dimalanta lost to Thomas Harper in the championship, that we got questions right, but there were some insane questions. And one of they're getting to the point where you and I have always talked about how we try to keep things in movie, right? We try to keep them in movie, and what we mean is in the Schmodown they have started asking questions like, Star Wars won an Emmy in 1983 for what? Right? You know what I mean? Like they've started asking questions like that, where we're like, no, we try to keep everything in movie, like about the canon, about Star Wars canon. And we just recently agreed to start bringing actors and actresses in to make them fair game, right? But
because
there was
I think
a question
we need
about right, and there was a question, something about like the musical, a musical score being taken from some old movie, and Andrew DiMolante was like, I'd have never even heard of that, never even have any idea why I would know that, why anyone would know that. Like, it's just not something you think of when you think of Star Wars trivia. They've gotten to the point now where they have to make the questions so hard that it's unbelievable. And now here's what I think they should do, not to go on a total tangent, but who cares? This is our show. We'll take as long as we want.
Indeed.
They need to open it up to all live action canon. Meaning,
I've thought about that too, like The Mandalorian.
Yes, The Mandalorian needs to be included, seasons 1 and 2. Now, I don't know about animated. I honestly don't know if they should keep in like Rebels in the Clone Wars, because I know they are canon, but they still like kind of do things that you can't really do in a live action movie. I don't know. You could, if they said they were going to do it, if they said anything that's canon on screen, animated or live action, like now you've got such a bigger base to pull from. And
I completely agree.
Exactly.
Because then it's like, with The Mandalorian, it's not like, because you're pulling in a TV show now. So it's not just another movie. It's like multiple movies that suddenly you're pulling in with crazy amounts of detail in every single episode that would take so much time to prep for. Like, I think that's the route they need to go. Because I way prefer questions that are all in movie. Because to me, that's what I like to study. It's just fun to learn all the nitty gritty details and names and stuff.
Learn the character names and the places
you enjoy. Right, rather than like have to spend all my time like learning about the producers and stuff like that. Hey, you all work hard to make the movies. I appreciate. I don't care about your names. I want to learn about the characters and stuff everybody's working on. So that's that's me. That's what I'm throwing out there. But anyway, that's a 20-minute digression.
I don't think it was that long, but I think Ray's right. I think Power Rangers have to be fair game. I think they have to be included.
Absolutely, they do. And that's a great point, Ray. One of the few that he's ever made. Absolutely, Power Rangers should be included in that too. You know what? Let's get these guys on the phone one of these days. Maybe have them on the live, and we can talk to them about their trivia competition.
We'll call the people. We'll call the people we know. We got some connections out there.
Indeed. So, Justin, do you have an answer here?
Did I not answer it?
Well, you said space slugs. Do you know the real name?
What is an exogorth?
An exogorth is absolutely the correct answer. You were 4 for 4. Moving on to question number 5 in the Youngling level. This admiral was as clumsy as he was stupid. I mean, come on. Who brings a fleet out of light speed so close to his system? Pathetic.
Wow. Again, tough. This is a tough Youngling question. I mean, again, this is the kind of question that we would have like as question 10. Right, are in, like this would be like a really, really hard question a couple rounds ago, and now Youngling, you're hurling these.
I mean, it just shows how much better we're getting. It's like, this is like a 70-mile-per-hour fastball, right? And it's like, if you haven't been in the cages in a long, long time, that seems fast and you're missing it. But then once you get dialed in, that baby's just a meatball, ready for you to gobble up.
It's a decent analogy. I like that. And, I don't think we asked the chat too, like, let us know about the music. So Tyler and I, we've been having issues getting the music going because there's not a great way to do it through StreamYard. And so what we started doing is we found a way to play it through a tab share on my computer. So we worked pretty hard at the beginning to like try to get it where we think it sounds good. It's at a decent volume. It doesn't like break up our microphone. So, give us a smiley face or a thumbs down. If you're Ray, we will ignore it. But anyone else, please give us a serious comment on the music. If the music sounds good, we need to turn it up a little, turn it down a little. Let us know. All right. Templar.
Admiral Piet.
No, Templar. Admiral
Justin
Piet
says no.
Is placed in charge shortly thereafter.
Okay.
Because I believe this is Admiral Ozzel. Who's the one who pulls
Admiral
out of light
Ozzel is absolutely the correct answer, Justin, and you are 5 for 5 in a very difficult Youngling level. Congratulations, buddy. I told you,
thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is why I do this. It's for like a confidence boost, and because you're so nice, and I just like that you just say so many nice things. So
no problem, Demi.
He's the best. He's just the best.
Well, thanks.
Just a reminder before we move on to the Padawan level that we are on Patreon. That's how you say it, Patreon. Thank you, of course, to all of our patrons, our nerd level 1, 2, and 3, and of course, our council member, Templar Pops, Jeremy at Templar Pops. We love you guys so much. We couldn't do it without you. We appreciate your support. If you are interested in supporting the channel, there's a link down in the description. We do a trivia contest for our patrons. We do giveaway contests. We try to give away, merchandise, mugs and beer mugs and t-shirts and other things. If you are interested, all kinds of levels of support available. Check it out. Link in the description today.
And there it is. Thank you all, the supporters that we have in chat or those watching at home. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. And with that, Justin, we are moving on to the next round. Now, this is where things might start to get dicey. However, I feel like I was pretty nice with this first one because this is a bit of a callback here. So first question in the Padawan level, anything that can be gleaned from the movie itself. Here we go. According to C-3PO, this is the probability of successfully navigating an asteroid field.
Oh, yeah, this is a number I'll never forget.
See, that's what I thought. See, this one I thought I would set you up nice and easy with one I know that you would know before things get a little bit more difficult. There's one in here I'm particularly proud of that I'm really curious to see how you do.
That last one was shuffleboard.
The shuffleboard, that's a good one.
You like that
for
one?
me to poop on. It's, insult triumph, insult comedy dog. That's you jerking off a dude that's got a schlong instead of a schledium or a schlorp. That guy's huge.
No, I got to be doing it like this.
What is that? What are you?
Come on, no, it's a sports thing.
Okay, do it again.
Okay, ready? All right.
Sports thing. What are you curling?
I am curling. Yes.
Hey, you're one of the guys with the broom?
Yeah, I'm doing the broom curling. Okay. Yeah. You guys know this when you're curling, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. You look way too good at that and way too happy doing it.
I forget that our parents watch this. That's no good.
Oh, yeah. They know you jerk off, dudes. It's fine. It's fine.
Nope, never. Yeah. Ray, this is the biggest number combination. So I actually don't even know how I would say that number, but he could be right. He could be right.
Could be.
797 million to 1?
Well, Justin, do you think one
Come
of
on,
them
Templar.
Or what do you think? Do you think you know this one? You said you felt confident. So, Justin, what are you thinking? What is the probability?
They both overshot it a bit, I think.
You think so?
I believe the asteroid field, that's where probably asteroid field, is 3,720 to 1.
Justin, the correct answer is 3,720 to 1. You are absolutely correct. That is another 3 points on the board. Moving on to question number 2 in the Padawan.
Hey-o!
And this baby is a fill in the blank.
Okay, I like that.
In quotes, we're going to get blank if we stay out here much longer. And then you get a hint. So said by Leia in the asteroid field.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know this. At first, I read it and was like, what? Oh, okay. The hint helps. Leia in the asteroid field.
Yeah,
okay.
I figured, I thought about just leaving it just as the quote, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that might be just a little too hard, so I at least wanted to give you context. Context.
I wonder, I have to think I would have got there, but I mean, like, Leia saying in the asteroid field, I believe I know it. It is a unique word, a word that is used, though, and, I've used this word before.
Yeah, absolutely. You've probably had this done to you by those guys that you jerk off.
Well, when I curl, and also, yes. And now, if my wife's watching the stream, when I go upstairs, we're going to have a tough talk.
A very tough talk.
A very tough conversation.
Yep.
Yeah. But
so what do you think, Just?
We are who we are.
Right? Right. And sometimes it's just time to be honest with everybody, with
right.
yourself. And so what are you thinking, buddy?
Taylor, I believe that Leia says that they're going to get pulverized if they stay out there much longer.
Pulverized is exactly what those guys do to you. They pulverize you. That's what she says. Correct, Justin. We are moving on to question number 3 in the Padawan level. General Riken tells Leia that they picked up something metal that was moving east in this zone. And so he sends rogues 10 and 11 to Station 38.
In this zone.
Okay. In this zone.
Riken tells Leia that they picked up something metal and was moving east in this zone. So he sends rogues 10 and 11 to Station 38. Okay. Okay. I think I know this.
Thinks he knows it.
Yeah. It is said in the movie. It is said. Right?
It is said in the movie. Absolutely. Yep. This is the round. Has to be able to be gleaned from the movie.
I don't know what the stars are. What are the stars supposed to mean?
What is word? Weed?
What do the stars mean in them?
What is
like what new slang are we too old to know?
What is
you know what I mean? Like what?
It's gotta be wood. And then of course Templar loves that word. All right, Jess, what are you feeling here, buddy? You think you know this one? He's looking a little shaky.
Yep.
He's not not 100%.
Again, I'm just trying to think because when they're on Hoth, because I've quizzed you about some of these before, because these are tough. These were some of your tougher questions, I think. Oh, yeah. They do say many like directional places, and they say many numbers, and so you always got to make sure you remember those. And all the zones and the 3/8. Remember, I asked you the distance the one time, the Imperial Walker, the one guy said. I thought that was a great question. I believe you got it right.
Yeah.
And I believe
it was the South Slope question.
Well, the South Slope question, but I actually asked you the number, what he said what the number was the one time when they were approaching.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe this is zone 12. What is Justin, zone 12?
That is absolutely correct. Well done.
12 is correct. Okay.
12 is correct. That is a very good pull. Like you said, that's around a time where there's a lot of numbers and directions being thrown out. So very well done. And I just wanted to point this out that Templar apparently really likes putting woods in his mouth.
I don't.
All right.
Like
okay. I guess that's what he likes. So next up here, Justin, moving on to question number 4 in the Padawan level. After Luke has his hand severed, 2-1B gets him a new prosthetic one, and Luke says, ow, when 2-1B pokes this part of the new hand to test it.
Oh, that's a great question.
I was really proud of this question.
Oh, I love that question.
I was really proud of this one. This was the one I told you that I really liked.
Oh, I love this question. Okay. So 2-1B pokes him in the thumb, the pointer, and then in the palm. He goes poke, 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 and then he closes it.
We do have unboxing treasures in the chat.
And does he say... Yeah, he does. Well, Unboxing Treasures is right that he does get him in the palm, but I think he pokes him 3 times. I think he pokes him in the thumb, the pointer, and like in the thumb tip, pointer tip, and then I think he pokes him in the palm. And he says "ow" on one of them, and he goes like that on one of them. Like he goes like,
correct.
or does he? So does he say "ow"?
There's an audible ow from only one of these.
And then does he go?
Yeah, I think there's like some sort of a huff or a... Yeah.
Or does he like go, ow, nothing? I have to imagine he reacts.
Yeah, this reminds me of the blaster question I got from Obi-Wan. How many times does Obi-Wan shoot Grievous when he dies? And it was me going, is it boom, 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 boom? Or is it boom, 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 boom? Right. Going on forever.
And you got it right. And I was like, the pace of your blasts were wrong, but you got it right.
You're right. I didn't. I lucked into it. So let's see. Are you going to luck into it, or do you remember? Okay.
I don't think he says anything after the palm. I think he goes thumb, finger, palm. And does he go, ow, nothing? Or does he go, ow, nothing? I think he makes the noises and then he checks that and then he like flinches all his fingers and then he closes it.
So Unboxing Treasure says just answer hand. That'll cover anything. I'm sorry, Unboxing Treasures, I disagree. The question explicitly states which part of the hand, and I will need medical terminology as well to specify the part of the yes, absolutely.
Medical terminology.
Be extremely precise in answering this question.
Okay. You're gonna have to tell me if I have to be more specific.
Okay.
I'll say he pokes him in the fingertip.
I'm going to need you to be more specific.
Okay. Think of the scene. I think he goes, ow. Where does he go? Ow. Fuck.
What a perfect time to crack a beer, just sit back and enjoy.
And this is where it's good that we have music.
This is a better one. This is a better
one. Epidermis. Right? Yeah, that's a much better answer.
A medical term on the hand. Well done. See, that one I like. That one's good. That one's well done. Tip your cap. Now, Unboxing Treasures, we go ahead and admit that you Googled medical terms for hand. Like, what? I guarantee he Googled medical terms for hand. I bet that's what he did. How much you want to bet? Maybe.
See, give me a thumbs up, Unboxing Treasures, if that's what you did.
Epidermis is just the skin, right? So, that reminds me of, too, is there's this is a true story about a king who one time was trying to take over a castle, right? And so had people trying to start. This is true. So he had people trying to storm a castle, and it's like taking way too long, and he's losing people. But like he's determined, he's going to get it. It's just like taking forever. And so finally, he's like, you know what? I'll make them an offer. He's like, I'll let your women live, and they can even take their most valuable possessions with them and everything like that. But the men, I'm going to kill you, right? But we'll let your women go because you know what they would typically do to the women. Nobody would typically make it out alive. The women, the men being wonderful husbands are like, you know what? We should just take it because we're all going to die anyway. Like it's just a matter of time. But then they have this brilliant idea. When they open the gates to start letting everyone through, all the women are carrying their husbands on their back because their husbands were their most valuable possession. And the king said they could carry out their most valuable possession. A bunch of the soldiers were like, this is bullshit. Like, we're just going to kill them because they don't do it. But the king was honestly like really amused by it. And he's like, that's really a clever way to try to like outthink what I said. And he's like, and a king should be a man of his word. So he actually let him live. That's a real thing that actually happened.
How did we get to that story? I can't remember.
Because Unboxing Treasures said, say epidermis, which would be on the skin. Skin is on the hand. It's a medical term. So thus it would technically be correct.
That's how we got to, okay.
That's how we got to that king story. All right, Justin, we're going to need a final answer. I don't know.
Index finger, pointer finger.
Okay, is that your final?
Fingertip of the pointer finger. Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Oh man, Justin, you deliberated, and unfortunately, you came up with the correct answer. It is index finger. It is the tip of the index finger. Is when he says, "Ow!" You remain perfect. Well done, sir. You were honestly all over it right from the start. You kind of knew it, and just thankfully, I thought you were going to talk yourself out of it. Instead, you stayed with it.
God, I couldn't remember if he goes, "Ow," or if he goes, "Ow." But like, I feel like the ow was like a more natural. Anyways, okay, great.
Got it, buddy. Great. Well done. Okay. You remain perfect through there. I was really proud of that question too. I liked that one.
I love that question. That's a fantastic question. Love it.
And here we move on to the next question for you to remain perfect through the Jedi. Through the Padawan level. Not an easy feat. Here we go. Echo Station 3T8 was a Rebel Alliance scout post that first spotted Imperial walkers at this location.
Now, interesting. See, this one reads, I think, is a more difficult question. But I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this question. Excuse me. Because we were just talking about how I said there's all these directional places and locations and things that you need to know when you're on Hoth. So many numbers and places. And so I believe I know this. And like, I don't have a specific mechanism to remember this. Other than my mind always goes one place first. I want to say one answer. And then I go, no. It's not that. It's this. Like, and
so
that's how
what is the wrong answer you want to go to?
I always want to say North Bank. And I always believe the North Bank is incorrect. It's not the North Bank, right?
Yep. It's not the North Bank.
Something else.
Indeed,
right?
It is, Justin.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured you'd know this one. I honestly, looking at these questions, the one I thought could potentially trick you up was the index finger one, just because it's more unique of a question than we typically have. When I thought about it, I was like, oh man, this is good. But I knew you'd have a chance. I'm like, I knew he'd have a shot at it, but it's one I didn't think you would be prepared for. So like an easy one to stumble on. And then, maybe the zone 12, again, just because it's easy to mix up all the numbers and zones, but I thought you'd have a pretty good chance at this one. And this one I figured you'd get here. So yeah, we had a Jersey Shore, a strip club, all good places where you could see them.
Great places.
Yeah, I know. I do have a feeling the walkers would be pretty. What do you think? Well, I mean, what do you think? Do you think Imperial walkers would be good tippers in strip clubs?
Well, probably not, because I don't know how they would carry their wallets or how they'd get at them. It kind of reminds me of
their innards. They have tons of space and there's people in there.
Yeah, well, okay, I guess if there's people in there, maybe. But I mean, Imperials, I just imagine, are not good tippers in general. So if it's
but like the walkers themselves, because there's people in there. That these walkers, they're just sentient machines, right? There's nobody controlling them. At least that's how I like to think of them. And so there's
people in there. Okay,
there's people in there because they're carrying the soldiers around, Justin. But like their innards are empty. I'm saying there's plenty of space inside them for them to store a wallet. For goodness sake.
Okay, now how do they get to it? So now they need to pay,
right?
How do they, with their little mallet palm, forelegs? How do they get the wallet, get $1 out of their debit card, and pay the hooker or the stripper? How do they do that?
Right. Well, this is the thing, and why they get a lot of sexual harassment charges on them, because they typically keep it like in their rear end, and so they just shove it up into the stripper's face. And a lot of people take that as like, whoa, this dude is getting too frisky. He didn't even pay me for this yet. And really, they have to reach in and grab the wallet. Problem is, it's on the honor system, and so they have to take the correct amount of bills out of the wallet and then replace it. Right. Okay. And this is why the walkers are actually good tippers. But not for the reason you think. It's because the minute one of those strippers grabs the wallet, they just take all the cash, assuming it's all for them. And so that one stripper just gets a ton of cash. But really, the walker really wanted them to be fair and only grab what they needed for that particular dance.
That makes perfect sense.
That's another more kind of thing.
I was just gonna try and find it and pull it up here,
but there it is.
Yeah. And let's just hope Frederick doesn't get a hold of that one.
What do you mean?
Nothing. I didn't see anything.
He'll probably confirm it.
The answer is not the North Bank. I believe the answer is the North Ridge.
The North Ridge is the correct answer, Justin. You remain perfect. You are 10 for 10 thus far. Man, you are making me eat crow, saying this was going to be a beautiful train wreck. Instead, Justin, this has been an excellent round, shaping up to be excellent. But of course, the Jedi Knight round is next, ladies and gentlemen.
I ain't scared no knights.
Just
a reminder.
Right out of the gates.
Before we move on to the Jedi Knight round, which I'm obviously going to crush. Affiliate links are down in the description. Whether you're a content creator or a collector, there are affiliate links down in the description for you. It's a great way to support the channel at no additional cost to you. Any program that Tyler and I use, such as Epidemic Sound, the music you hear in the background, links to all those. No cost. If you click the link and you decide to use it, it just helps to support the channel. Affiliate links down in the description below. I also think I should do a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube-man commercial one of these days, because I just feel like I have that kind of voice for that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube-man.
And you dance like them too. You're much like Sweet D in that regard.
Well, I don't dance that well, honestly. I am not a good dancer.
No. Coordination is not your strong suit.
Coordination is different than rhythm and dancing.
Okay, rhythm would be a better thing to say.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know. I'd still say movement in general. Moving on, Justin, to the Jedi Knight level. You are perfect, buddy. What a strong round thus far.
I feel really good, despite movement, of course, being my human weakness.
It is your weakness. But general Justin, you have to remember these questions are worth 6 points apiece. So it could all come tumbling down right here in this round. And I think this first question might be the hardest question out of
the first question's the hardest.
First one might be the hardest. So here we go. You ready?
No.
Okay, here we go anyway. First question in the Jedi Knight round. Remember, this is anything in canon. Here we go. While chasing the Millennium Falcon, this captain in the Galactic Empire reported to Darth Vader via hologram, but his hologram abruptly cut out when his ship was destroyed by an asteroid.
Oh, I know this. I looked this up before.
This is a tricky one. You see him for about 2 seconds,
and I remember
cuts right away.
I've looked this up before, and I remember it. Because when you're on Wikipedia and you're looking these things up, it's like the Legends didn't have anything in this guy.
Yeah, he's never been in Legends. This is actually, he's only in canon.
But canon he does, which made me remember his name as Canon. And then I imagine that he's a German guy. And so I think I picture him as Canon Haas. Haas. Canon Haas.
Is that your final answer, Justin?
Yes, Canon Haas.
That is absolutely the correct answer. Well done, buddy. You know, and that's the one thing, too. His name is actually very memorable when you look it up.
Yes, and that's why I say it. Because I remember looking him up a while ago and being like, Legends. Yep. It's weird. A lot of times Wikipedia brings you to Legends first, and you have to click over to canon.
Yep.
And so that's why every time I'm doing research for your questions, or whatever, I'm always like, am I on canon or not? And then I always go look. And I remember that guy, and I'm like, his name is Canon Haas. It's like, okay, that's kind of an easy thing.
Easy one to remember. But man, that's a deep pull right there.
Okay.
That's a very, very good answer. Because you see him for 2 seconds. But I love that scene, right? Because it's like the 3 holograms pull up, they're in the asteroid field, and then right away he's kind of because the ship explodes and then he cuts out. And then Vader gets a phone call from the Emperor, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, well let's get out of the asteroid field so we can get a clean signal to respond to him.
We can send a clear transmission."
Right. Let's hightail it out of here real quick because we need to send a nice secure transmission.
And he does it. He does it with like the same level of transition that the guy from The Room does when he's like doing something, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Paul," or whatever the guy's name is, Mark. right. He goes, Mark. He'll be doing something, and they'll go, "Hey, Mark." It's like the same thing where he's like doing something else, and he's like, "Move the ship out of the asteroid field so we can send a clear transmission," and then he walks away. Like it was just when I watched that, he shifts really quickly.
Well, I think because he's realizing they should probably get the hell out of the asteroid field.
He's like, because I want to send a clear transmission. It's not because that dude just died.
That's what I mean. He's like, we need to get the hell out of here, but he's got to keep a straight face. All right, Justin, you remain perfect, and that was to me one of the harder ones. But let's see how you do in this next one.
Okay.
Question number 2 in the Jedi Knight round. There were no cheers when this actor, who played Rebel Officer Bryn Durlin, told Leia that the shield doors must be closed.
I specifically know exactly who this is, and I also see that you gave a hint. Very Jeopardy style hint right there.
I was probably too nice on a Jedi Knight question, but I had to throw in the cheers reference. I just couldn't help myself.
There were no cheers when this actor, who played Rebel Officer Bryn Durlin, told Leia that shield doors must be closed. Yes,
I know. Couldn't help myself.
No, Tyler. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I have seen this actor speak in person. I don't know if you remember me telling you about this. No. So, without going too much into my work and other things, I was at an event where this man spoke. And
really?
if I could smack this man in the face and never talk to him ever again, I'd be better for it. I mean, and
Wow.
you and I'll have to talk more off the stream because we don't like to talk, work and politics and that stuff on the stream. We like to keep it fun. But yeah, I remember at one point, like looking around the table and like at the other tables and being like, is this guy fucking serious? Like nobody else cares about this? Like,
really?
Like, I mean, literally, like, he's an insane person.
Yeah. That happens, though, especially, I feel,
as you get crotchier and older, I mean, I know. And things change. You grow up in an era and then things change. I understand. Yeah. I do understand that. But.
And then especially, too, with, it always feels like the reason celebrities get so nuts is because they're always surrounded by, like yes men and stuff because they can just easily get rid of people. They don't have a bunch of people around them being like, hey, why don't you calm down, idiot?
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. What are you talking about?
No, dude, go outside, take a breath for a second. Happens a lot, especially it feels like the higher in celebrity you get, like the likelihood of being crazy just goes up and up because of that very fact. Yes. That's why, for us, we're so famous, we're out of our fucking minds. I mean,
we are crazy.
We've reached a level of success and celebrity that is really, it's hard to compete with. And so that, that happens to the best.
Jeremy in the chat. He's got it. He's got the right answer. Who is John Ratzenberger, Tyler?
That is absolutely the correct answer. Well done, John. You remain perfect. This could be it. Could this be the perfect round?
No. What I see this is still 3 opportunities to lose 18 total points, plus whatever the stupid bonus question is going to be. So
the bonus question is tricky.
Plenty of opportunities to lose points.
I'll be honest with you. I think that the Jedi Master question is going to be the stopper. I think that you might be able to get the rest of these. You might be able to, but these are hard. But man, the Jedi Master. If you get it again, I just have to bow down, do my humiliation because that will be a hell of a run. But let's see. You still got to get through these next 3, and they're not easy. Here we go, Justin. Characters in the scene is the question today. So, following a vicious Wampa attack, we see our first Bacta tank. Cylindrical tank where one could be submerged in the healing Bacta fluid. Name all 6 characters in that scene. Obviously, Justin, you get 1 point per correct answer.
Does this include droids?
This does include droids.
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker is absolutely correct. He's the one in the tank for those of you keeping track.
C-3PO.
C-3PO is absolutely there.
Leia
is absolutely there.
Han
Solo absolutely acts like he's a tough guy that has no feelings, but he's a softie at heart.
2-1B.
2-1B. My goodness, does he spend a lot of time putting Luke back together?
Yeah, he really does. He helps Luke out a lot. That dude,
he does.
Luke owes that dude.
Yeah, for real.
And Chewbacca.
And Justin, that is incorrect. Oh, no. And there goes the perfect round. I am so sorry, buddy. Chewbacca is not there. There is another droid. I've actually, and this is the real heartbreaker that you're really going to kick yourself in the keister for. I have asked you about this droid before. I've one time gave you a question about the droid that assists 2-1B.
Yeah, okay, so I can picture the other droid, I think, now that you say that, on the other side of the Bacta tank. Obviously, my hands are probably mirrored for you, but 2-1B, Bacta tank, other droid. Chewbacca's in that scene.
I don't think he is. Pause the scene.
Okay, I need a tassel. I need a dodgeball tassel.
All right, we're calling a timeout. This is a challenge. We are going to pull up.
Chewbacca's in that scene. He's in that scene. I don't think his whole body's in the scene. Like, I think you see like the side of his body, but he's in that scene.
We're going to take a look right
so
now.
If anything, there are 7 characters in this scene.
That would be correct.
To which...
If he's in it.
To which I challenge.
We do have a challenge. Remember, if he loses the challenge, he does have to cut off one of his hands, but he gets to decide
I do have to cut off one of my fingers, I was going to say, but yeah, okay.
But he gets to decide which one. We are queuing it up right now. We have a very vast production team who's getting this up on my screen as we speak. Let's see here.
See, Templar says Chewie enters the room. He enters the room and scene. I think, from what I'm trying to picture in my head, I think you see like the side of him, but he's not like totally in the shot, but he's there. And I think you see like his arm and his body.
Okay, hold on. We got the scene pulled up. 21B is on screen. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pause.
Okay.
So far, not seeing anything. Okay, there's the droid you got wrong. There's Han and Leia, C-3PO. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wow, can you see Chewbacca's fur?
Yeah, what is happening? The chat is being spammed like crazy.
Well, this is weird. Oh, what the deuce?
Yeah, like the chat, I don't know. The chat is being spammed like crazy.
Mac and cheese. Cortex Zero has your address. If you don't donate...
Don't read it. Don't say it. Don't read it.
Oh, all right. Gonna buy some of that. Interesting.
Yeah, we've never had this happen before.
No, that's weird. And it's weird. So it's the same username, but then they just change pictures? That's so weird. So, Justin, while we look at
we need Obi-Wan's help.
So, man, this is tough. So in the scene, you actually don't see all of Chewbacca at all. But now that you say that, looking back, it does look like you can see his fur in part of the image in the scene. It looks like he is standing there.
Okay.
And so, you know what? I will give it to you. I asked for 6 characters. You named 6 of them. And so even though you missed one that I was, wanted you to get, which would be FX7 as the name of the other droid, I'll give it to you. Apparently he is in it. I missed it. You see his fur in the side of the screen. So you remain perfect. The perfect game is still on the line. Well done, buddy.
All right. I'll take
here we
that.
Go. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a successful challenge. He does not have to cut off a finger. Well done, Justin. And that also means that you get to keep your challenge. As it works when a challenge is successful, he can use a challenge again later in the stream if he needs to. So with that, Justin, you remain perfect. We are moving on to the 4th question in the Jedi Knight level. Here we go.
Let's do it.
After Luke duels with his dark daddy, Darth Vader, he almost falls to his death, but thankfully he is rescued while dangling on this.
Ugh. No.
Oh, really? Are you going to pull a successful challenge and then miss on this, huh? Wow.
I feel like...
and this, I don't know. Unboxing makes a good point. Are we sure it's not just a mink coat that I'm seeing in that image? Someone else wearing a nice mink coat. Hey, that's a good point. I don't know. If he remains perfect, we'll see, because it looks like he might stumble on this one, and so we'll let him have that question. But if he gets perfect all the way, we'll have to really scrutinize that scene and check if this isn't a mink coat situation. Wouldn't that be something if a mink coat was the culprit again?
Again, I feel like I've heard this before, or I've seen this question before. And I want to say both times I just say antenna, and that's just wrong. It's something. It's a specific something. What does our spammed chat have to say? I don't know what's going on. It looks like it finally stopped.
Yeah, that was weird, huh?
But like all these different names just saying that they have your address. Donate, like what, to our stream? Like, is the stupid thing saying if you don't donate to our stream, we'll kick you out? Maybe somebody's spamming on our behalf. I don't know. Hey, thanks, spammers. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess maybe if that helps with engagement, then thanks, guys.
And again, I just look at those things and I just think, why? Like, who even took the time to do this?
Well, hey, if it was on our behalf, then it makes sense because it's.
I know, but like, and found our stream and like went to the trouble. Like, it just, I don't get people, man. People could use their power for good, and the world could be a better place. But
I know. So
I don't get it, man.
Look yourself in the mirror, cheese man.
Templar says he donated. Now he's getting spanked.
Oh, really? So apparently it's worth it. So everybody should donate.
Yeah, exactly. Spanked. Go ahead and donate.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. I'm just gonna say an antenna because and damn it, I know that's wrong. I know it's wrong.
And there it goes. After a successful challenge that saw him remain perfect, he stumbles on this. It is a weather vane.
Oh,
weather vane. Specifically a weather scanner vane. However, they're also called weather vanes, so I would have accepted that. Antenna is not correct.
I've heard that before too.
I know that's actually what I thought you were going to get. I thought you'd get it. Well, man, that is just too bad. But Justin, you were perfect up to that point, meaning that so far it is only -6. If you remain perfect throughout here, you could still score a 60. So still time for a stellar round. But that one hurts. But here we go. Let's move on to that final question in the Jedi Knight round. Here we go. This was the model of transport used to evacuate rebel forces from an assault on Hoth.
The model of transport used to evacuate rebel forces from an assault on Hoth. Okay, so the big transport that goes away.
Yeah, it kind of look like little blimps. They're just floating.
Yeah, they do look like blimps.
They kind of look like blimps.
And I do know this because they're from Grand Rapids, Tyler.
That's another reason I thought you would know that too. It's the same way I remember it.
And unfortunately, they're only 3/4 of the way full, which means they're only 75% full.
I do that.
The GR75 transport.
The GR75 transport is absolutely correct, Justin. You memorize it the same way I did. That makes the weather vane all the more painful.
The weather vane, Christian.
Man. But let's see, because we're moving into now, of course, the Jedi Master level. Could he have had this be perfect? We shall see in the final round. And it's a doozy. I really think you're going to feel better once you go through this round, realizing that the weather vane would not have cost you perfection. But we'll see.
Probably true. But wait, before we get there, of course, as always, it's last call tonight. It's last call. So all of you at home, whether you're watching live or watching on the replay, pick up your glass, your beer, your non-alcoholic drink, if that's your bag. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Tyler. Great questions. I love that hand question. I still just absolutely love that hand question.
Thank you.
Hate the weather vane question. Trash. Absolute trash.
Cheers to all you in the chat and all you watching at home. Thank you all so much for being here. Here we go.
And the two hard is the American IPAs. Now, this beer has been voted like the best beer in America like several times. And it's 7%. So like these are stronger. They got to be careful with these.
See, I really like them, but the best beer, that shocks me. I think they're really good, but like I don't think they're the best beer.
No.
But
we're not huge IPA fans. You know, like,
I think that's it too. Like but I actually been getting more into IPAs. My buddy of mine, Brian loves IPAs. He's a huge fan of
hazy IPAs.
Yeah, and so like I started to drink more, like even the All Day. He drinks All Day IPA like all the time, like all day. He drinks those, and so right there.
Boom,
and it's
from
like
Founders, that's right.
And these aren't as strong. Those. Yeah, they're not as strong. They're like a 5%, like normal beer.
These are 4.7. Too hard is 7. So
right.
Yeah.
But that kind of got me into it, just drinking those with him. It's like, not too bad. Got a flavor for it. But I still wouldn't consider I don't know. Something's got to blow my skirt up. It's got to be a little more unique, a more fun flavor for me to say it's a really at the upper echelon. But blow my socks off with something different. And that's really, what I would say.
Yeah, I would agree. Two Hearted, even just taking that sip of all day versus Two Hearted, I would prefer Two Hearted. Definitely.
Yep. Well, and with that, Justin, we are moving on to that final round because we just had last call. Everyone finished their whiskey or beer, and we are moving on to that final Jedi Master question. And it is a freaking doozy. So here we go, Justin. This is the multi-part, 11 points up for grabs, and this is one where there are 11 answers. So you would need every one of them to get all 11 points. Here we go. Justin, I need you to name for me Vader's personal Imperial Armada, 4 of the Imperial class Star Destroyers that support it. Who commanded each of those Star Destroyers? Which of those was his previous flagship? And name for me, Justin, the surviving commander of his current flagship.
Okay.
So this is a doozy, but just take it like a carpenter who makes stairs one step at a time.
Well done. So is Vader's personal armada? You want the name of the armada?
The name of the armada.
Which I think, this might not be exact. I think it's Death Squadron.
Death Squadron is absolutely correct. That is 1 point on the board.
I wasn't sure if that was exactly right, but Death Squadron.
No, it's Death Squadron. Yeah,
see,
Templar's like, that's it? Exactly. This isn't even that hard. You should cruise right through it.
4 of the Star Destroyers that support the Armada? Because aren't there 5? There's 5, right? I think there's 5 Vader's ship, and then 4 others, right?
But Vader's isn't an Imperial Star Destroyer. It's a Dreadnought.
Oh, okay.
So his is the Dreadnought. You already know. So, like, for say the last question, you know that his current flagship, because you answered this correctly in the first round, is the Executor. So, who is the surviving commander of his current flagship, meaning the Executor?
Gotcha. Okay. I even wonder if that's a tricky question. Because jeez. Well, okay. Well, Jesus.
Oh man. Okay.
The Armada, 4 Star Destroyers that support it. Okay, so let's start there.
Okay.
The Avenger, I believe, is one of them.
The Avenger is 1. You have 2 points.
The Tyrant is 1.
The Tyrant is 1. You have 3 points.
The Devastator.
The Devastator is 1. You have 4 points.
Which is his prior flagship.
That is his prior flagship. You have 5 points.
Okay. As seen, I believe, in Rogue One, right?
Indeed.
Is that right? Yeah. And the other one is, I got to make sure I'm thinking correctly.
And you see it in New Hope. Isn't the Devastator what's chasing the Tantive 4 in the very start of the movie?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it the Ultimatum?
The Ultimatum is absolutely correct. Justin, you have 6 points.
Yeah, I'll pretty much take that and walk away. Can I retire with 6 points?
Well, you might as well try in some of the other ones. How about his current? So who commands the Executive?
I was going to say, can I give you commanders, or do I have to tell you who commands each ship?
I'll give you points if you tell me just name commanders, but you'll get -1 for a wrong answer.
Well, hold on. Armada, 4 ships. Who commanded each? Okay, well, Ozzel initially commanded the Executor. I don't know if that's
correct.
Worth the point.
That's why I said current, because at the end of the movie, this is the one who actually commands it. Obviously, he kills Ozzel for coming out of hyperspace too close to the Hoth system.
Okay, and then he puts Piet in charge.
And then he puts Piet in charge. So, Justin, that is 7 points. And so now it remains, your final points are, can you name the commanders of any of the other ships? If not, you could walk away with 7 points. Clean and easy, clean and breezy. Breezy, beautiful cover girl. Or you can live dangerously and try to give me some answers. I have said already that I'll be generous, and you simply have to give me names. I will tell you what ship it is. But if you give me someone who is not a commander of one of these ships, it will subtract the point.
See it just from thinking. I mean, like, I have a couple of names in my head that I think I can give. That might. One of them, I think one of them's right. Okay, well, I'll give you two that I think might be right. Ugh. Is Captain Nita in charge of one of the ships?
Captain Nita is a correct answer, Justin.
Is.
So now you have 8. He is the captain of the Avenger.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
I think I've only got one more name.
Accepted, Captain Nita.
Is Lennox in charge of one of the ships?
Is what in charge of one of the ships? That is the Tyrant. Wow, very nice. We are at 9. Holy crap, this has been a tremendous round.
Lennox.
Holy crap. Fun fact, Vader's actually it looks like then it cut off.
Cut off bit. He's big? He's what? He's big?
He's big. Vader is actually big in
big,
real life.
Ray, come on.
Sometimes on the screen he doesn't appear as big as he actually is. Yeah, it looks like you just typo there, buddy. Yeah, look at that. Templar, impressed. This has been a tremendous round. This has been really good.
Oswald.
I am very impressed.
I really wanted to get to 60 after you had 64 last week, and I think I'm going to fall short. Excuse me.
I know. That's been our highest round yet, my 64 last week.
I'll just guess and say Cannon House.
Cannon House is incorrect. That would be
-1. Was he in charge of one of his ships that got destroyed?
So that looks like you are back to 8. So do you want to take another chance at guessing?
Oh, minus one. I thought you meant like that reduces my total from like I can get 11 to like now I can only get 10 points. Not that you take a point away.
Okay, I can do it that way. I can do it that
way.
I
mean, that's how I always did it with you. Was like if
fair.
you give an incorrect answer, you don't lose a point. You're simply
that's fine.
You're only limited to getting 10 points.
You can't actually get 10 points this time. Totally
right.
fair.
So now I can only get 10.
So you're still at 9. Go ahead and give me another guess.
So I could say a name, and if I'm wrong, I end with 9 points.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I get it. I like that.
I'll just say Yularen. I know that's wrong, but...
And that is wrong, Justin. But still, you got 9 points, so you only missed 2 points out of that. So that's 8. So for a total of 58 on that round,
I'll take that. I'll take that.
I mean, like that? I wasn't
I'll
kidding
take that
when I
sure.
said early in the stream, like I thought I might have had some stumpers in here. Even this round, you really impressed me. Even naming a bunch of getting Lennox and everything. I mean, like, whew, that was a huge round. So pulling the characters, a successful challenge on one of the questions. Wow.
That was big. Who did I miss? Who are the commanders of the ships I missed?
So Captain Ray Sloan and Captain Admiral Jared Montferrat.
Montferrat. Okay, Montferrat.
Yep, and
Montferrat
so those were the only
right.
Montferrat. Yep, and so that was the only 2 that you missed, and then other than that, Justin, you missed Weathervane, and that was
and the weather.
And I mean, holy crap. I mean, there were some, knowing the model of the transport, getting all the characters in a scene, getting Canon Haas, right? A character that shows up for 2 seconds before he disappears in the hologram, the zones in which they're tracking the movement of the droids, the index finger that they touch, the North Ridge where you see the rockers, the probability, the lines of I mean, what a tremendous.
I'm proud of that round. I'm proud of that round. So
you should be.
Not,
and I think
not
it's
a perfect round, but yeah, no, I feel pretty good about it. Yeah,
and again, a testament to how much we have improved. Because again, like you said, right from the get-go, even in the Youngling level, I tried to give you a little bit of harder questions. I feel like we've both been doing that to each other, and it just shows how far we are coming along. Still a long way to go, but wow. Great round. You know what? Cheers to you again, buddy. Well done.
Thank you.
We're getting there, man. We are getting there.
Great questions. Cheers to the chat, who was not on my side tonight. Now, I thought I had covered this in the opening crawl. It's okay to give Tyler incorrect answers. It's unacceptable behavior to do it to me. You're supposed to put the right answers in the chat when it's me. Where were you on Weather Vane, chat? Where were you on that one? Where were you on that one?
Right.
Come on.
Well, with that, Justin, that brings us to our final segment of the night.
Vader collects shoes. That is a fact. That's right. It's Tyler's signature sign off. For those of you that may not know, people who don't even watch Star Wars, tune into these live and on the replay just to see Tyler's signature sign off. Tyler, what do you have in store for us tonight?
Well, Justin, I'm always using my force powers here on stream. Everyone gets to see it here in our domain, in our perspective book bars. But, sometimes we like to use our force powers out in the wild, right? Out there with the people. Problem is sometimes it can get out of hand. And so, the lesson of this story is, you really have to be careful when you're out there using your force powers. But let's just go ahead and run the clip and show the people what we're talking about. And we love you all. Thank you all for being here, and have a wonderful night. Here's the sign off.
All right, Tyler, let's do this, baby. All right, what distance do we got here? What do we have? 142, we got 140, 150, maybe 160. Let's take a...
Use the force, Tyler. Use the force.
Okay, screw that. You know what?
Use the force, Tyler. Oh boy.